All right, so we're really close to starting it. The only few things left to do is hook up the radiator, connect the transmission lines, and add a ground to the battery. And I need to replace the knock sensor. I got the missus here in the shop. Now we can get some serious work done. She's right there. She just got all the body bolts in. I was having a little issue, so we hoisted it up a little bit, and then we got the body bolts in, and now we need to shift the body perfectly. We're gonna just get the body all straight. But a little update on the mock-up of putting everything back together with the Poison Spider defenders. I found that, this is disappointing, is when we installed the motor mount brackets, I installed them probably 3/8 of an inch too far forward. I erred on that side because if I would have had them, you know, going back towards the firewall, well then you'd run into issues having to move your whole tub back or your body back. So that ended up kind of cramping me up here on the front grill and the fan. But I just moved the grill forward about 1/4 of an inch. I made some adjustments. So now we have room and I'm much happier, but mentally I know the engine weight is like 3/8 of an inch more forward, which kind of bugs me, but nothing's ever perfect. If I were to do it again, they do make some motor mount brackets from other companies that they're already made, and you just use a spacer from an index point and then they're right exactly where you need them. But I'm gonna take this time to regroup. I would love to go late into the night and get this thing started tonight, but I would have to put fluids and everything else. You just can't rush this, right? It's a lot of work. The other thing I wanna do, and I'd like to ask you guys too, is what company and what methods you use for solving. Whenever you do modifications to motors, it seems like the radiator tubes are always of question. The sizing, the position, you try to find a car that has the right size, right angle, you know, the turn. And then you end up using barb fittings, and I never find the step down or step up ones that can, you know, you can change the diameter. I don't know. I'd be curious to see, do they make universal hoses or is there a flaring tool? I don't know. I know they have some sizes that have one size on one end of the tube and then different on the other end. But I'm gonna take my time, regroup, and be ready to come back and tighten up loose ends. I mean, everything from using, you know, the best little fittings we can, you know, tighten up wires with, and making sure there's no splices or abrasions in the existing wire one more time, tape it up even better, put loom where it's not, you know, all that goody stuff.
Lift up a little bit? Okay.
You know, it's all the little things people probably don't show you that take more time, you know, like when your buddies ask, why isn't it started yet? Well, little things like going to put this body mount bolt for the front grill in. There was rust in this new grill we bought, so I had to tap it out a little bit. And now I was messing with, again, they don't give you a lot of room. There's like a 1/4 inch clearance around the fan to the shroud. So when you put on these aftermarket fenders and this grill, the front, there's a little play, and you got to get it all centered perfectly on the frame and then bolted down so that your gap around that fan is like perfect, which, you know, takes a little finesse. And now I'm gonna hook up the transmission cooler lines, which go right below here. They go on the bottom of the radiator. It's about 9:30. Everyone's gone home. It's just me and the metal. And I got some Xerox Geo5 antifreeze coolant, and I talked to some motor guys and they're like, man, just add the stuff that can be mixed with any color coolant. It's got all the hybrid inhibitors or additives, whatever you want to call it. But according to you know, the Haynes guides or whatever guides, they say that for the Dodges these years, they're supposed to be fate free, but who knows. All right, well, last night we had a little leak just filling up the radiator fluid on the inlet to the engine on the hose. Out of all things, you think that would be tight, and I take pride in my plumbing, but apparently my hose clamp was a little crooked and maybe not as tight as it should have been, but it leaked pretty good. Whatever, it's fixed. So now we're gonna get back at it, put water in it, continue to put water and coolant, and then get ready to turn this key. Okay, so this has turned into one of those things where there actually might be a little issue, because I just tightened a new hose clamp on that hose down there, and see if I get you a better shot. You can kind of see through there, yeah. And it's still leaking like a sieve, and that thing is tight, so there must be a slit in the back of the hose or something. So I need to take it off and check it out. Okay, I think I found the problem. I'm crossing my fingers. It wasn't, I don't think, the big radiator tube. It was the small heater hose tube going to the firewall, because I can turn it. One of the clamps, I guess I didn't tighten enough, and it was dripping down to the big one, making that one look like it was leaking, but I couldn't see that drip. So just like in house plumbing, man, it's so hard to, you just got to look for the trail of water. But I'm gonna give that a little turn, make it tight, and then see if it leaks now. All right, this is about the fourth time. Cross our fingers. I don't hear any dripping yet.
Thanks for watching, folks. Feel free to leave any advice or tips you have on working on these Jeeps. Much appreciated. See you at the next one.
Oh yeah. No dripping.